Hello world, this is JWP, J Ward Primo Beats, coming to you live from my home studio. For around 20 years, I've been mixing and mastering music, rapping, songwriting, and recently started singing, along with everything else that goes with music production, such as graphic design, editing, photo editing, video editing. And for around 15 years, I've been using SinithPartII to make my own audio plugins. Check out my website, jwpsite.com, for my social links, latest news and updates, and public offerings. My Twitch, JWP Stream, Facebook, JWP Meta, YouTube at JWPTube. If you'd like to help support what I do, check out my Patreon, JWP Patreon. That's with 2 P's. There's exclusive content there for making your own audio plugins in SinithPartII. My GoFundMe, JWP Fund, or my PayPal, jwpmas@gmail.com. Likes, comments, subscribes, follows, whatever makes you click is appreciated. Today I will be continuing along, remixing, remastering some of my older beats in FL Studio. And once last I left off, if I can get to the right screen here, I had finished Statco. And today something completely new. So looking at the original data here, the artwork, front, no, back, back, reverse. Okay, so on the reverse here, if I look at the info, it says Walk With Me is done, Wind Battery. These are rebuilt. Sinith is getting there. Did I finish that? I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I gave it a little bit of flavor, right? Dyna Detonate and needs more work. Controversial, kind of done, mostly done. I mean, I still have to do a little bit more field testing. For the most part, everything still needs a little bit more field testing. However, that quote was the last one I worked on. Today, I'm going to look at SinithPartII. Now, SinithPartII, I thought was actually round. And it's not. So in SinithPartII, like, I don't have any references. I do have them somewhere. They're buried in my computer and I can't seem to find them. I might have deleted them. I got to pull them out of my other backup. And yeah, I don't know where they went. However, I do believe SinithPartII is like, it's kind of like Sinith. It's like a pop sort of synth hip hop thing. I wouldn't really say hip hop, as I categorize hip hop as like using samples and stuff, but it's got like that Latin beat, and it's really like 90s pop kind of sound. And I do have multiple versions. I had to dig them out. I couldn't find them, and I was exporting some of my older beats this morning, and I found them. I found the track, and there's quite a few versions, and I'm gonna have to use FL10 here just because they're older. I'm not sure what's going on with the naming here. There should be an original. Here we go. Okay, so these are the original Dame stamps here, 0707. So these look like the exact same file. I'm just going to get rid of one of those right now, clean things up. And I have version 2 here, which says 08, January 08. Also 2 and 10 and 3 and 4 and 10. 2010, right? I don't like how I use numbers for dates because it makes it confusing when, you know, it says 28 by 23. Like, it's getting to the point where it's super confusing. Too bad there was only like 9 months, right? Days could always be 2 digits and months always 1. But that's not the way the world works. And I also got string set in here, which isn't included. And I'm sure this is the track. So enough talk. Have at you. Let's start with the original. All set on there, and I believe this isn't up to snuff, so to speak. So let's give it a listen and see where it's at. And I will be swapping out a lot of these instruments. Definitely swapping out a lot of these instruments. So that's really loud for me. That's not really where I want it. I don't remember it sounding like that, but that's the original. So that's where it was. I must have put this time here. This must be the one I'm thinking of. So this is a newer one, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. So there is like a lot of lack of, it just doesn't feel like what I think it's supposed to be. Maybe in my nostalgia glasses it was better. So maybe this is it. Okay, good. I think the output's broken here. Let's fix the output. There it is. This is what I remember. Yeah. sounds a little low. So that's kind of interesting, seeing how's the date stamp on that as 2010. And like, I don't think I'm pretty sure I exported this version. So let's see the most recent version here. Version 3. Okay, so that's broken, likely because it's only 1 kilobyte, right? You can't see that on screen, but it does actually say only 1 kilobyte. So let's try this 3. I'm not sure what 4 was, if it corrupted or what happened there. So moving on to 3, I'll get rid of 4, just delete it right away, straight away. And of course, FL Studio's crashed because it's open. Is it open? FL Studio crashed because that's what FL Studio does when it can't handle something back in the day. FL Studio used to be super unstable. Like, it's really hard to work in. It was synthetic rage quit levels. Okay, so here is the newest version. And again, the output is disabled. So it looks like it's got Maximus, multiband compressor. There we go. That's what I remember. And what it's doing is it's attempting to emulate Sinith, right? It's attempting to be the counterpart to Sinith. They were kind of made around the same time. And it just... Sinith was the one that was chosen for the track Prototype. And that was a collaboration between Matches, otherwise known Roger Thrassi, Status, Sean Spence, me, Jay Ward, Justin Pronto, and who else was on that track? Mark Whiteway, Marcus. So yeah, so there's the names there. Status, Roger, Justin. Which was Marcus? No Mark? I thought there was Mark on there. Maybe it was just those 3 of them. Oh no, this is Sinith. Yeah, this is Sinith. So I thought Mark was on there. I guess not. So the question is, why is it so low? Why is it? I don't even have insights. It just looks like it's coming in. Well, okay, 1.5. Yeah, okay, makes sense. I thought it was like 3. Okay, that compared to this. So you can kind of hear like the flavor, right? It's sort of the same flavor, just a different type of ice cream, I guess. Just a different blend. I don't know. Different flavor, same ice cream, whatever. Analogies. So here's the other one. This is the other one with different synth layout. So it's looking like there might be a problem here as WASP is discontinued. Great. A lot more raw in here. Bass plug. That's a layered bass, which is really hard to control. Slayer bass is big. It's a big time bass. So it looks like the same instruments, just different. Yeah, it looks like something. This one's probably moved up, I think. Yeah, it's just up. And what does Sinith say? Sinith says lower. Because it's so quiet. Why is it so quiet? It's just not as squashed, I guess, right? Let's throw a Morphit on here just so I can get an idea. What did I just do? It's annoying. Okay, so we can hide this by default, like FL Studio hide by default, and then maybe like parameters for these down here in a scroll window. Wouldn't that be great? Instead of something so archaic nobody ever really uses. I mean, they tried to incorporate it into Flex, but I never, or not Flex, they tried to incorporate it into Fire, but I never got a Fire, and I don't really much care to get one. It's just like, I have this laptop on my lap. If it doesn't fit on my lap and it's not part of my laptop, no thanks. I've done so much stuff with controllers and desks and what are they called? Desktop computers and bells and whistles, and it all just boils right back down to the microphone or the mouse and keyboard. So I'm just not even wanting. If Fire was standalone, hell yes. If Fire was like ran a Linux or like a, an ARM Windows that FL Studio ran on, and yeah, it was standalone, hell yeah. But of course, that's not the case. They'll make an arcade cabinet, but they won't make a standalone, right? Because that's image line they cater to special needs humans. Okay, so blast this and try to get, you know, what's the best here. Okay, so this feels really low. Okay, so now I'm feeling like this one kind of matches it more. Right? And then it kind of kicks up, right? Let me kind of ride up. It's still kind of low. Okay, so let's look at this. So we got this guy here. It's kind of hanging into the low. Yeah. This does feel like more original and more, I don't know, it just has more raw. Let's go back to the absolute original and see kind of where, you know, this stems from, right? This is 10, that is 10, so this guy here, so there is like 2 other versions too. This is the absolute original. So we got Moog and OBX, OBXR, PPG base. Like that's a lot of different. That's like 3 different brands. It's like super goofy. Like ouch. At the same time, I guess I could go ahead and look at, you know, the original Sinith too, because like I said, they were made around the same time, and here kind of they are. I'm not really seeing the original file. I do believe that's back in 2007. I'm gonna go ahead and dig out some 2007 here, original. I'm not even sure if it was called Sinith back then. Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's get some J1 Emperor. There's a lot of weirdness going on here. It's even the same, like, sort of FL Studio stuff, eh? No, different. Okay. Just way different. Something must have happened along the way. Like I had to redo a lot of stuff and I lost a lot of original files, and Sinith and a lot of things got kind of changed and damaged and changed again and then regurgitated. So let's keep going with the evolution here. Let's jump all the way to the latest sort of thing here. And this was, I believe, what was re-released, right? So now we have, you know, just a regular VLC and guitar. And this is TS? No, it's Freestone. So like I tried to maneuver it around. Let's go and jump in the middle here, about halfway through. And give that all a listen. So the question is, should I imitate directly the newest version into Sinith 2? Like, it should be a signature synth where it's that, you know, that raw thing in that laser bass, or should I, you know, export the Wasp and go with that? Looks like something happened here. Thanks, FL. It's like warning, blank. So okay. So it really feels like this is more along the lines. However, like I said, I can't bring Wasp with me. So what is this adding here? What does that sound like? I just kind of bring in like the body though, eh? So what if I replace that? Let's make a new version. What is the newest version then? It would be Sinith what? Where is this? Okay, it would be 4 now? 5 because there's that broken one, right? So it's 5 because there's a broken one. Meow. Let's go into Sinith here and see. Let's close that. No. Toast. Totally. Not happening. Synth 16 is toast. Okay, so I'm just gonna restart, I guess. This should be fine. It's a completely different program almost. But I'm gonna close all these FL10s. They're probably gonna ask me if I want to save or just be broken. Okay, yeah, that's completely broken. Here's one. Save, no. No, they should all close, hopefully, except for that one, of course. This one is still frozen. I'll just close the program and don't report. As well, it looks like this is stuck, so I'm just gonna have to crash it. 10. This one's 10, right? And task gone. Okay, and looks like there's still something here. Okay, so it's gone. Back in the 10, yeah, and I do believe it was 2. Yeah, I want to go with 2 at the lowest. Actually, I like the higher sound better. Okay, so the output's broken. I want to see what is making the higher sound. Like, what's making it sound higher? Which synth is doing that? Give me a new one. I want to compare the two. 3. Okay, so this is 2. Yeah, okay, so who's on the low end here? Why isn't there... Was that not a thing? Why can't I see the... Do I have to push this? Shouldn't there be like a wrapper selector like this? Was that not... There it is. Why did what happen? Oh, it's a separate piece. Okay. Okay, so this 5. Looks like this guy's on the low end. This guy's on the high end. And that's version 2. Okay, and then 3. Looking at 3 here. So this one's straight, and this one is on the high end. So Electro Saw stays on the high end. Now, looking at the newer version of Sinith here, I got the Polysaw again. So interesting. Your settings have been saved. Laser Synth is who? Wasp again. What? But I thought Polysynth Saw was Synth Polysynth right. SimSynth. And what? Does this actually run? I just can't change it? And it sounds different, right? Yeah, I remember going through the trouble of getting these exported. That's right, too. Let's go to arrangement here and just play. Yeah, see, there's nothing. Of course, this is this awful bass here. Okay. Oh, decisions. Ouch. I feel like perhaps I should just go with it. So Electro Saw's pitched up and this guy's pitched down. Should I maybe just double oscillator? Should I support it with? Let's see what it sounds like as Sinith. Okay, so this is the newer one. Why aren't I getting a pattern here? Okay, I think I just did one channel out. Yeah, I did. Okay. Not good. Let's go back here. One channel out. Okay. So this is the newest version. This is the one with the synth in the middle. So let's go ahead and replace this with a wasp. What is this again? Okay, so that's a wasp. Let's go and replace this with another wasp. And this is polysynth, polysaw synth. And this guy with laser synth. And we'll see like if there's any comparison laser synth here. This is already still oh, it hurts my brain. Does it still sound like, does it sound like synth now? I can't hear it. Okay, so merge, no, consolidated. Why is the bad low? Volume cranks and it's still just quiet. This one's just crazy loud, like. Okay. And that's all polysaw synth doing that. Like, it just sounds like a weirdo version now. Like, it just sounds like it took me so long to recover Sinith to that point. I almost want to take these synths and put them in Sinith. Ooh. But I mean, Sinith is pretty much done, and I like where it's at. Yeah, the laser doesn't sound so awful, and it works. It doesn't work here. So now the next choice is, you know, which one? See, this sounds more like that. It's probably just like the range, I guess. But then it jumps to a different octave, right? So you can even see on the bass here. Okay. Well, rappers generally hit a lower range. So this kind of just sounds more brilliant. Like, I think this is what it was supposed to be, like, in the end. I really wish I had the original of this. Can't even remember what the original sounds like. Again, what I was saying is I can double this guy, right? Like dual oscillator guy. Okay, so this is running all three oscillators already. I'll clone this, and then should I layer? Yeah, I'll just clone it again. So clone again, and then replace this with a layer. And select these two guys, set children, and what I'll do is I'll pitch this one back. Then, let's hear that. Okay, so now it's supposed to be huge, right? It's running in unison. Compared to... It's unfair advantage because this one's using Maximus, so I'll actually use this one instead. Again, clone, and replace with a layer, and set children, and this one down. So we go to up to go down, right? Nice. Honestly, I kind of like it better like this. Still preferring the high version. I don't like, something's different. Something's definitely different here. Because this doesn't sound like that. Of course, the output's broken again. Like I said, I don't even know if this is the right Sinith. This is the one that's gonna be there. So. I hold my cup with both hands so I don't spill it on my computer, right? So does that sound like the same as this? It does, kind of, right? How does one always sound better than the other? What the hell? And it's a layer, right? Yeah, that's what it is. It's the layers kind of killing the volume. This. Okay, now both. Yeah, now there's some sort of phase issue going on. so does this one sound like that? Raspy as hell. It sounds too much like an airplane or something. Okay, so the high one it is. I want to take one more look here at the bass plug with this guy here, and I want to see if they're in the same range. Let's bring in span if I don't have it. No. Okay, so wave candy and spectrum. I'm just gonna see here. Let's also scale it the other way here, and then yeah, go. It is not in the same range. Okay. So there's a whole octave missing kind of thing. What about that electro saw here? Where's this guy sitting? It's pitched up, but still seemingly quite low. Still. Yeah. You know, I can barely understand this. But I can see that the bass is like way down here, and even the lowest polysynth saw is kind of still somewhere an octave higher. And then, of course, the saw here, electro saw, is a little higher again. So if I knock out that low middle guy, because the bass is low guy, and then that polysynth was like the low, right? Or the low mid. And then the one I have it set to is mid, and then electro saw is mid high. And of course, all the other percussion instruments are high. And yeah. So if I knock out this one, I lose a whole octave range. However, like playing them together, this one does sound the best. The bass is really low. Maybe I can bring it up one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reload like right now. We're gonna run with this version and close this version. If ever it feels like closing, will you close? Doesn't want to close. Close today. No. There's the thing. And the dialogue way over there for. Okay, let me close some other windows. It's fine. Okay, so we're running with this one, and we're missing a range. Let's go just the bass. And how low does she go? Okay, I need an output. Also, this is FL10. I have to work in FL10 for the moment here. I can still grab tools though. Like, at least. What is this layout? Presets? Database? Okay, so it's still sort of different here. I thought I already set this up to have span. Go more. Span somewhere should be here. It's not my first time working in 1 and 2, no 3. VST1. VST1. What is VST1 and 2? VST1 and 2. VSTI. Okay, so those are instruments. I mean, this should have already been done. I'm sure I've been in here before. Let's just give it a fast scan anyway. It's gonna find everything and everything. I guess I can close Sinith now. That's what else I got open here. Eating up CPU. Not a whole lot, but still kind of idling in the background. Melting polar ice caps. Look at all that, eh? Okay, so let's bring in span here. Today, thank you. Notice how much easier it was back in the day, right? Everything was so much simpler. Okay, so this is kind of like different. I think this is the VST2 version. It's got like question marks. Okay. Okay, so what's going on here? You found? Is this not what I want? Whoa, that's fast. These blocks here. Slow it down a bit. Anti-alias. How do I get it to respond again? Overlap? Okay. And this is too low. Frequency range high 0 0. No. Cable. Okay. This is what I'm more used to. This partials everywhere. I don't even know where I'm at here. Must be this one? Maybe it's like filtering or something. What is it doing? It is filtering, that gross filter. Super bass. That's what I said. This one's so hard to control. It's got like mad bass for days. Okay, so give me an E. Give me an E. Is that an E? That is an E. But it's the wrong E. Right click? Okay, cool. I didn't even know that was there before. That you could right click that. It's been there that whole time, eh? And I even have my old presets installed, I think. I don't know. Who cares? Let's get into there. Okay, there. Now we got the low E. E. What am I thinking? I'm looking for. Okay, so where's the kick at then? And the kick is a G. Of course, it's something else, right? Does it cut itself at least? It does not. Cut itself, cut, function, cut by. Yes, so it's still cutting itself at least. Alright, so you. And then I got this guy here. Give me the same E. It's octave higher-ish. What is this? There's a partial, right? Okay. So EE 4080. Like I said, I'm missing an octave, right? There's the electro saw. Again, probably another partial. No, it's just a really low fundamental. It probably has another roll-off thing. Okay, so I am missing an octave. Let's try bring the bass up one and let the kick have the low octave. I don't really want to, because I've had people complain in my chat before, like, oh, you're supposed to be a sub bass, like they're using 808s and fuck off. Okay, so up. Yeah, no. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, suddenly we're off to see the Wizard of Oz, huh? Is there a sub oscillator? Did you go to sub oscillator? I thought this had a sub oscillator, right? Doesn't it? Somewhere. A bunch of saws. I thought it had a sub oscillator. What is this 1 and 2? +1, +2? +1, +2. What does that do? I wonder. I thought it had a sub oscillator though. Ring 1 and 2. Warm? There's that sub oscillator. Oscillator 1 warm. Like I don't think it's like an extra 1 or 2. It's just a sub oscillator all on its own. Let's look. Push the F1 button here. Wow, isn't that great how fast that happened instead of opening a website? Okay, so mix 1, mix 2, warm, oscillator switch. Softens the oscillator sound by mixing a second wave slightly detuned frequency. With a slightly detuned frequency. Okay. Can you... so let's turn that off. Like, I don't do it. Not bad. My legs. Not what I'm looking for though. Isn't there a sub oscillator? I thought there was. I must be thinking of Wasp then. Someone's got a sub oscillator. Dual voice, ring mod, sync reset, amp, filter, sync reset, band pass, low pass, high pass, boot pass, keyboard tracking. And don't even know, man. Like, what the hell? I can make a sub oscillator. I didn't think of that, eh? How about that? Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Okay, so clone this and insert a OS3 SOSC, whatever. Turn these down and then kind of see where it's sitting here. So, and then, okay, so it's in the same spot. I can just use the course here and come down 12 and see where that's at. That's kind of what I'm looking for, I guess. But it doesn't have a detuned sub, right? Like I can make it warm like the other one does. So I'm going to do that, but is it detuned up or down? That's the question. This also has to be a layer. So let's change this into a layer like this. And then set children. Also, I'm going to turn the volume up because, yeah. Then let's see where this sort of detuned is. Let's turn these off. And whatever, moving around here. So it's a saw. Okay, it's modular environment here. Open framework environment, rather. And it doesn't snap. It's the old version. Does this at least auto close? It does. Okay, so let's do that. Then, look. My kick's kicking. Stop the kick from kicking. Can you give me a sign? Okay. Now show me your worm. Are you lower? Really hard to tell, eh? Zoom in a little bit. I think it might be lower. Can I just hold it? You know, hold the note. It's going to be difficult because, yeah. Give me a fresh one here, somewhere there, somewhere. Doesn't really matter. Just go all the way to. Oh, that's a lot of patterns. There's a bunch of spaces between us. Let's do pattern 50. Drop that there. No pattern. Okay, so here we what? It's too fast. It's just as bad as it was. Okay. Oh, it's holding. So let's just look at it now. Okay, so there's definitely two there, and it's kind of wobbling, eh? So let's see. It looks like it's a higher oscillator. It's hard to tell because it's moving too. Let's turn it off. And I can stop it from moving. Yeah. Okay. So C, and then it looks like this is a higher oscillator. It's just off by a little bit. And it's not even detuned. It's like, oh no, that's okay, so that's 50 cent, and then it doesn't have a full 100 cent. It's plus 50 and then negative 50. So it's 25 though. Like that's not detuned. I thought detuned was 50 cents. Lightly detuned, right? Okay, and it's higher. Okie dokie, back to saw, turn this back on, turn these bad boys back on here. We're back to where we're at, okay. Then back to saw. Right. Okay, now bring in this oscillator. It's a secondary oscillator, and as before, okay, so to mix properly here, we go a half, right? What does reset do? Reset turns it off, okay. So probably just reset, presets, reset, default, yeah. And then yeah, it's half, okay, and that's a quarter. Then kill the volume on that, and then bring this guy down 12. Okay, and then bring course again. So this one's already down 12. However, I'll bring it up course fine. What is it? See, it goes 100 cents, right? 100 cents is the whole note. And the, was it SimSynth was doing 25. So we want to come up 25 cents. And then we're going to go sine, right? What is this? Phase, stereo detune. Interesting, but it is a low, like it's just a fundamental. So what is this? Stereo phase randomization. There's a lot of randomization going on here. All right, let's see how it goes. Okay, so it is definitely there. And without. With the bass. Okay, so this is pitched up, right? So let's reset this. Okay, now with just these guys. Without the bass. Actually, looks like there's two whole oscillators. What's going on there? Why? Is it because it's naturally like the second oscillator is already a step down? Right. There's three. There's two. Why is there two? What? Is that a partial? No. Is there two notes playing? What's going on? I think it's a chord. I think the notes are a chord. Yeah, it is a chord. Sink of a ship. Okay, so when this is playing, it's actually playing like a mid and a high. So it's playing a low mid and a low mid and a mid, and then this is a mid high. These are high. Then there's mid high. Okay, so it's playing two notes. Bugger. I might just have to restart. That might be the best way to just get everything reset and then build and copy this. Just looking at it though, again against the bass, just against the bass here. Not sure what's going on. Because it's not on. Okay. Where's the bass? The bass is sitting all the way down, right? Yeah. So. Where's this guy sitting? Is it mono? What does a mono sound like? Mono funny. It's a chord. Okay. Yeah, I'm still missing a range. This is 160. And I'm missing 80, which is supposed to be here, but of course it's playing as chord. So here's 80. I'm still not seeing that secondary oscillator. Let's see what it sounds like with it. Is it 50? It's fine. It's fine. What? This is 25. It's not a whole octave up. Of course, okay, so that's why, because it is sitting up there. Okay, so let's get it down here. Okay, so it's phase canceling now. Let's invert it. Still phase canceling. So how did they get it on polysynth to be so good? So I can pan it. I can change the phase, stereo phase. What is this again? Detune, stereo detune. So let's try stereo detune. This is 50 cents. I can go -2, so I want plus. I'm not even sure what this is going to do. Okay, I can't get 25. Perfect. Ooh. Okay, so now I can hear it like. Yeah, it's in the wrong. It's in an ear. Offset here. even think I moved this yet. Okay, and then what happens in SimSynth here? So I'm gonna click this, turn these off, turn this off. So it is kind of moving, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. So there's nothing perfect about it. And then if it goes saw. Go. Of course. Of course. Okay, so then what's this guy going to be then? Is this, do I want this to be a saw or just a sub oscillator? So let's see what a saw sounds like. Non version. Okay, saw. Ugh, and saw again. So it's pretty much the same thing. Do I want them together? As a... I think I want the saw. Let's hear it all. Just a little lower here. Let's actually do the correct timbre. I might not even have to change this. No, because it's you know, it's everywhere. So yeah, I'm sort of inventing a sub oscillator that sort of follows the main. What am I doing? Okay, I'm correcting the timbre. Not really correcting, I'm creating the timbre. So what I want is this guy. Look at that mess. Look at that. I might as well bring in another Simpson. So let's do that instead. Let's bring in another Simpson and let's turn everything off here. In fact, I'll copy polysynth, right? Polysynth bright, and I'll turn these off. Keep that on. Chorus is on by default. That's interesting because I have it off. It's almost the same thing as I was doing with the other one, when I was combining, but I was doubling down, right? Like, so all I'm doing is adding an extra layer here, and it looks like everything else is the same. And what I want to do, and this, and I'm just going to compare which one might be the better supporting sub-oscillator. So start with the subsynth, or the SimSynth. And I want that lower. So to lower, I go higher. And okay. Sounds massive now. And it's also like crazy low. It's too low. If it's that low. So where's this guy sitting? This guy's sitting in the same spots. What? So why is this higher? Something to do with the course? This course is higher. Yeah. What's different here? Level. Different levels. LFO. But it's sitting in the same spot, but it's not generating that low oscillator. In fact, two oscillators are sitting in the same spots here. And it's just not generating that low signal. Envelope, swarm, course is higher here. Does phase width doesn't matter. Warms. It's like it's missing. So what is this doing? Why is it so dead compared to this? a way to have two of them open at one time. I just can't remember. Close that. Yeah, okay, there we go. So what am I missing here? Amp. State variable. I wonder what state variable is. Band. Like state variable use usually multiple, right? But it doesn't have any like outputs, maybe just high in band. Weird. Okay, I can't get it to respond. Because all the oscillators are off. Okay, so this is my sub oscillator. And this is my normal oscillator. Okay, where's it going? That's the question. 6 is probably being cut. Yeah. So that's where the extra oscillator, that's where the fundamental's going. It's being cut out. I think back in the day, I thought maybe that was a good idea to, you know, make room for the bass, but the bass is all the way down here. If anything, I should move the kick drum up because the bass sounds good where it is. So this is the sub oscillator is pointless. However, because I've already made it, I want to see like it's the 3OSC, but like give it a nicer sound. So let's go ahead and do that. So according to this doesn't matter. This doesn't even have a point. And then I'm gonna flip between these two. However, where's this guy sitting then? Because it's being cut, right? So I'm gonna be higher. So in order to get higher, I'm gonna jump that up to there, and then that'll give me what I want. But I thought it was too low. Is it too low or what? Let's give me this one. It's too low, right? Yeah, it's too low. Okay, so push it up. And so this is the range I want. This is the 80 and stuff. Okay. Let's bring this guy in. Okay. Let's bring it all in here and then just kill this. Alright. Okay, so then what does this sound like? Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's balance the timbre first just to be, you know, absolutely sure. Okay, so where's this? This guy's sitting quite low. Let's bring him up. What is this? That's too low. That's too low. So bring this up again. It's the range I want there. Chorus is fine. Everything else is normal. Oof. It's really hard on the ears. I'm gonna turn that down. Okay, you. So let's look at this guy now, right? Balancing the timbre. Okay, so this one is in fact louder, right? It's superior. Go by ear here. Just as a support. Okay, so I'm turning it back up. Okay, with everything now. Okay, now with the other one, oh, they're all on. Okay, so again, just this with the 3X oscillator. There's a support, right? Let's bring it up a bit. That's pan. Around here. So it's unaliased, right? Or it's full of aliasing. Feels really vibrant. So let's look at this now. Okay, that's pretty dead. The equivalent of that in sort of proper balance. Actually, I got to kill this. It does feel a little bit more like fuzzy. I don't like this more though. Really buzzy. So a real emulation here. So the final stage, what is this doing? Okay, so that's just multi-band compressor. That was sort of a preset, probably max loudness 2. Coming in here with narrow band. And I'm going to do my usual -13, lucky number 13, holding Alt. And then just looking in the top corner here for the number I want. Unfortunately, is there a cut and paste? No. Oh, there is. Okay, so there's a copycat value there. But I can't type in value because this is FL10. And 13.1 is fine. So it's hard on the ears. Now I'm going to DS it and I'll get an idea of how it's going to sound in the end here. It's a more bearable. I can actually turn it up now for myself. And I'm not murdering my ears. As well as I can even bring in just a booster. Give it 6. Okay. So we're at like a nice warm point here. This is how you kind of bang things, you know, right? You can also even pull this up, right? And some more of that buzz in. And it kind of saves the ears. Spicy, right? Spicy, extra spicy. Okay. Now, let's flip that with the original. See how much got lost? Quite a bit getting lost. Compared to this. It's just like putting a cigarette out in your ear. Like that's how it feels. Like it's extra spicy, and I kind of like it compared to like Sinith isn't loaded. Well, not say compared to, but like in contrast with, you know, it's like the brother, sister, twin sort of dilemma here. Because Sinith is pretty spicy too. With that laser synth and I'm trying to justify it to myself. Am I gonna keep this new oscillator? As I bring it into FL10 too, it's gonna be anti-aliased, right? Right? Because that's pretty spicy. If I take off the de-esser on this guy, fair warning, it's gonna get extra spicy. Right? You can hear that clap just really yanking the ear hole. So that compared to like this. So this is like without the spice. Right? So it's like a different kind of spice. Let's try this. All right, there's a zzz, zzz. I'm keeping it. I like it. I spent time on it. And it was almost like that cut kind of pushed me to make it. And now that it's here, it's going to stay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take an ear break. And when I come back, I'm going to reload this. And I'll rebuild this. Cut that. And yeah, I mean, I could just run with this, but I don't really want to. I want to reset everything and get back into the point. I'll probably run the de-esser the whole time just because it hurts. And then I have to bounce. But before bouncing, I'll do a little bit of work. I'll put a bit of time into the mix. because it's pretty much done. There's not much else I can do. It's a done deal. Like it's a check. Maybe I can shorten it. What is that? 4 minutes? Minute 45? Really? Is this the right? Yeah, it's just only a minute 45. It goes around 4 times, and it looks like there's a chorus verse. Well, because it's twice speed, so it's twice as fast. Okay. But it's still what, 2 time, half time, isn't it? Anyway, ear break, then mixing. So yeah. My num keys isn't responding here. So, recreating it. Let's do it again here. 2, 3, no. Not sure, I thought I saved as a 2.5, didn't I? So I guess we're saving a 2.5 now. I'm just going to save over that. I don't remember what that was. And close everything. And at this point here, I want that bright. Bright oscillator, right? So I'm just going to bring this in, 3x oscillator. And it was pretty straightforward. Just a couple saws. Course is down 12 and this guy up 25. Right. So it did say slightly detuned, but it was doing this weird thing, right? Oh yeah, no, it was just, yeah, it was tuned up because I was looking at the span and yeah, it was higher. It's 25 cents higher, but it was like this weird negative 50, right, between the two. This is in fact 25 cents higher. And we want to get the layer happening. Set children. Full volume, not pitch. Set in case I accidentally nudge that. Alright, and then I'm going to send that through. Do I want to send that through the same channel? Not really. Let's get these channels labeled at least. Oh yeah, there's no output. Let's get output happening. And so a de-esser. It's interesting that there's a multi-band compressor there. Originally, it looked like it was originally a compressor, so I'm going to go with that. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. It's going to dull it a bit, but it's fine. I don't really like multi-band compressors anymore. Then Maximus de-esser. So I'm not destroying my ears. Down to 13. 13 is good. And this doesn't change size, does it? No. Okay. So I couldn't get an exact 13 in there. All right. Get these labeled. I'm going to save. Save? Did you save? Okay. Oh. It's a little loud. Let's bring in a morphit here if I have it somewhere. So I can do some dimming and stuff. More. Morphit. Then morphit. What's the default here? Generic. Bugger. Okay, so I want, this is Bayer. Dynamic 18990 Pro. Can I set that as like a default somewhere or something? Save preset as, add to plugin database. This is an open subcategory. Okay, so how? Where? Why? What? Presets? Effects? Preset category. Well, there's no, it said that's not a thing. Is it? Base effects? Okay, it is. What am I gonna call this? Miscellaneous, I guess. It's fine. Then at the plugin database, yes. Okay, so hopefully it'll retain this now. Okay, give it a listen. Dim it. Oh, it's limiting. In fact, I'm gonna do that again just to get the limiter off by default. At the plugin database, yes. Okay, so now it should be that instead, and hopefully there's not two. There is not. Let's go. Okay. So So look at these things labeled here. What is this? This has to go to here, which is 6. We'll deal with that later. Let's get these labeled. What is this? It's garbage. There's no delete. Eh? Turn that off. Call this kick drum. What's this? Still can I? Is there a way to? Whatever. Snare drum. What's this? Rim. Rim R. What is it called? RD? RS? Rim shot. Why is this bending around? I had it. I'll deal with that later. Okay, so here's the bass. Again, let's get rid of this. Oops, not Edison. There's the synth. Okay. And this is lead. Rhythm. Rhythm. There isn't really like a lead, I don't think. I mean, it's be kind of considered the lead, but not really, because it's just more rhythm. RHY, THM, RHY, THM, 2. Okay, so let's rebalance this now. Rather, I'm going to. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to split them. Yeah. So I'm going to call this sub oscillator. Sub oscillator. Sub oscillator. And then here it is. And that's rhythm. And let's get rid of this. Replace none. Stereo enhancer can stay. Because it's on the right. Is there another stereo enhancer somewhere? Yeah, okay, so that one's on the left, right? No, it's not. Why are they both in the same spot? Okay, let's move this one over here. Where is this? 20? It's quite wide. Whatever. And 20 over here. Opposite direction. And the sub oscillator can just stay in the center, I guess. And nothing there. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. This is also cut too. So where's this guy sitting? This is probably sitting pretty low. Where is span? Span. Of course, the default's probably not there again. So let's click this, like that. Range high. Again, doesn't correspond to the keyboard for some reason. So I gotta use the knob. 0 slope. Fine. Smooth. No. Anti-alias. Yes. Block size. High. Go. There we go. That's what I want. Okay, so now looking at rhythm 2 here. So I have a feeling when I pull this, it's gonna be that mid-range guy. Man, where is it? Of course. Okay, so this is the mid-range oscillator I was looking for. Let's try with just these two guys. I'm gonna pull this one. It sounds so good. What is this? Where's this coming from? Who's this? Yeah, it's that. What? Oh, this is playing too. Okay. It's a lot of stuff everywhere. A lot of mistakes that are coming back to bite me in the A. Okay, so I don't really want to cut the fundamental. The other option is just, right, it's too low. But then it sounds really... And these are both like the same. They're detuned. That's the difference here. I think detuned. 5 of 50. And this one's probably 5 too, right? 10, 8. What? What preset is this? Electrosaw. I like how it remembers its name. Ugh. I just broke it. Ugh, things are all over the place here. Give me another one. I gotta get that number back. Can I undo? I can't undo knob tweaks, right? Can I? Undo knob tweak. Yes, can. Okay, so undo knob tweak. Undo preset load. No. It's gone. Okay. So I want 2.5 now. It just opens really fast. That's kind of okay. So it just looks like it's open a little bit. I really wish I could see what these amounts are. What is it looking at here? Okay, so I can't tell. I'm gonna reload it again because I changed it. No. So what I can do is copy and paste. So copy, paste 30%. But I can't paste like that, can I? Yeah, I can. Interesting. All right, so yeah. I don't know. What are these? 5, 10, 8? 5? I don't know if it's moving though. Like, it's hard to tell. So I can tell with FL20. Then 5. It's going to be a bit more of an undertaking than I first anticipated here. Oh yeah, you can't because yeah, because you can't see WASP in this version. There's no 32-bit version. There hasn't been one. FL Studio image line, you are such a monster. Okay. So I don't know. It looks like 9 and 5, right? I mean, if I can copy them, but it's still not going to tell me what they are. And I can at least copy. I can reload and copy between the projects, I think. Get them back to exactly where they were. Copy. Paste 43%, whatever that is. And fine. 55%, whatever that is. Okay, so it's back to where it was. Except now I got an overload of mid. So this guy originally didn't reach to 80, but now finding out that after the cut was removed, it does. Electrosaw didn't reach to even 80, but now it reaches all the way down to 40. Which bumps into the bass, which bumps into the kick drum, and the bass is already bumping into the kick drum, so it's just a whole lot of bass. And I don't want to roll it off. But it's the only way to get it. What's going on here? What happened to my labels? Did I lose my project? Did I reload the wrong? I just reloaded the wrong one? Well, then how come? I don't even know which one is which now. Like, great. Yeah. So square one again from whatever was saved. Probably better that way anyway before I discovered that the roll-offs were roll-offs. So I'm going to label things again. I can remember what they were. They were kick drum. And then snare drum. This is rim shot. It's hi-hat. It's bass. This was rhythm. This was rhythm 2. And then I had a sub oscillator. I spelled that wrong. Oop. Okay, over. Now, let's cut these out. And let's bring the noise, more or less bring the pain here. Okay, and then move this up here. And just going to leave it like that for now. I got these killed. Everything else is kind of, what is this? Okay, roll off. What's other else is going on here? Ugly roll off. Ugly roll off. Ugly roll off. And of course another ugly roll off. Okay. So just about out of time, and I feel like I didn't get a lot done. I mean, I did. I just I'm not getting that dopamine kick. Because, yeah. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Saving. Okay, so save. Hit save. Save. Then go. And what happened to my selection here? Like, I added those things. It keeps doing that to me. Why does it keep doing that? At least they're kind of loaded. Give me this. I guess that, and this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save again and just close it. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to fall back to. So close, and it looks like just a bunch of folders and stuff. Reload, and now they should be in there, right? So I don't have to keep. Yeah, okay. So reload. And give me a span. Actually, give me a morph it first. And of course, it's doesn't have my preset here. This is really loud for me. And not the DT990. Is it? I think it is, right? Yeah, because I was accidentally using this one before 1990, and in fact I have 990 no limiter. Dim it. Move that down. Span. Gotta set this to preset. Low average time. Overlap. Range high. 0. Just flaking out, eh? Okay, and then if I turn up the block size, that's what I like for. See, I look at all that low end, man. Okay, so let's knock out everything but the synth here. Let's see where it's sitting. I'm not sure why this is so low. Because that's just a sub oscillator. Why is that so low? I mean, it's set that low, so let's just reset it to. It's really where it's supposed to be sitting. And then let's close this before I do that again, and then it's the same thing again, way down here. So I did replace this with the other one, so I can knock this one out. Why is it still there? Is the electrosaw running? It's not. Because this is the same place? It is. What's the difference between these two oscillators? Nothing? Not even a phase change. Why is... It's just double the volume? Green? Weird. Anyway, so if these are the same guy, then forget it. Let's try reload it. The only difference is... Ooh. So there's no chorus, right? Level, foam, envelope. Everything's the same. So just knock that out. And then again, we're getting that back, right? So what happens if I push this? Wait a minute. That is 6? Okay, so this one's a little detuned too. That's 12. It's at the 80. Okay. It's also a little detuned. Where's it sitting here? It's normal. Let's see what it's like with his support. Okay. Back down. The volume a bit here. Up. Really hearing anything? Squish this down. Can I say hide sends? View. No. Sends will just always sit there. Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna undim it here. Crank it. Back. So it's just twice as loud, eh? The only difference between the original was this. Right. So compared to the original, are we getting anything better or is it worse? What was it? 3? Looks like 3 is the last one because 4 was the key. Yeah. That's where it was. I got it in outputs. Okay, versus. Let's pull on that sub oscillator a little more. I don't like it. I feel like this is more futuristic. This just feels more flimsy. Not really retro, but like contemporary, I guess. I wouldn't say modern, but just like kind of bland. Like early synth stuff, because it's like a... This feels like it's trying to be more futuristic. Let's pull the these guys out. Kind of untame it. So it's just more low, that's all. So after all that, I don't like any of that. Again, resetting. So going back to 3, no. I mean, this is the whole point of these sessions, right? Is to feel around. So I want to get something more original to what it was. If these were past, high past, then it's the way it is. I am going to open up this one a little bit here. No, not that one. I'm going to kill that one. However, before I jump into anything else, I'm going to get things preset. Sort of an environment I can relax in. And I'll leave that compressor off for now. And I want Maximus. That's what I mean by relaxable. Lots of ambient noise in the background here. I'm not going to get up and kill it. My stream is almost out of time. I guess I can as well because it's kind of distracting me. Yeah. Just incredibly quiet in here. I felt like this was going to be mostly a mixing session, but it's a lot of experimentation here. Feeling my way through the project. So, get it where I want before saving. I'll just save now. And then all I have to do is hit Control S. In fact, what I'll do here is I'll go zip. And I'll go by 5. So actually, this is the same thing. No, let's call it 5. Then start pulling. Okay, so let's get rid of this. None. None. And just keep pulling until I hit synth, which is here. Get some labels in. Synth here. I want this guy down. Type order. Where do I want it? 80? So generally that's where it's at. I could do the whole patcher thing where it follows it, maybe. I think I'll do that later. For now, though, I'm just going to get it in place. 45 is where it's at, kind of putting back that fundamental, right? And this one I'm going to keep up here. So this is more of a support, but still let's boost that fundamental. It's not really the fundamental because, yeah, it's killed again. This is the wrong side. Not sure I really want to keep this. 21-ish, 21.1. Make sure this is the same on the other side, just the opposite. And 21.2. Great, whatever. Okay. Kill these compressors. And these compressors. Then start labeling. So KD, right? Kick drum. Snare drum. Kick drum because it's not a orchestral band thing. Rim shot, hi-hat, bass, RHY, THM, and RHY, THM 2. Okay, and on here I want morph it last. Again, I gotta manually set it because it doesn't want to load its preset. Dynamic 1990, no limiter. Let's go full blast. Hot. Coming in hot. Maximus is on. I'm not going to bring in tote yet. Everything is okay there then, as long as that's on. Span. That's what I want. Span. And then range high at 0. Or thereabouts. Now average time, full blast, overlap. Actually, average time low. Anti-alias. That. And save. Zip, yeah. Save it. Yes. Replace it. Okay. Let's don't have an output after all that. Set an output. Save again. Or top the old one, yes. And my headphones popped out. Okay. So coming out hot. Compressors are off. This has been dropped down, so we're now hitting a lower range, the spectrum is full, right? Which I like. Kind of limit it up here a little bit. Okay. Then just kind of start mixing, I guess. So this is obviously an E. Do I have my frequency shifter? I'm not even sure it's a VST2. I'm not sure this version of FL can do VST3. Can it? VST3. Okay. So yeah, it's right here. Then I'll bring that in. Actually, I could just probably pitch shift it, right? No big deal. No big deal. Big deal. Where's the note hitting? 5. I'll frequency shift it just for the schmell of it. So frequency shifter. Then this is coming in at what? E2, I think. It's also, what's it called? A 808, right? G. G1. G1 we want to come down 3, it looks like. Is it on? Oh, it's not on. Okay, so let's bring it on. Turn this compressor off. Too low. Still a bit high. F. So was it somewhere else? G1. G sharp 1. Maybe F sharp. Okay, I'm having a bit of a hard time here figuring out where it's at. G sharp. G. I think it's G sharp. Yeah, it's G sharp. Just when it double hits, it messes with it, turns it into a G. G sharp 1 coming down to E. Yeah, because when it double hits again, it's just bumping it down. Okay, so that sounds kind of like bleh. Let's try pitch shifting or actually just changing the note here. So coming in at G, we want to come down 2. There's different notes. Different notes? I don't think there's different notes. It's just, yeah, there's different positions for it. Let's look at this. This does sound a little more whole. So it's G sharp to E, show more. So C. That feels kind of more like E. Feels like it's stuck in the middle somewhere. Yeah, so I'll use the frequency shifter here, but where is it? C, but no shift, right? And then I'll just bring it down a couple hertz. I don't know what happened. It's not shifting at all. Too much? There. It feels a little bit more like E. It's with 2 hertz. Okay, so that was quite splitting hairs. Now what? Move on to snare or do the compression? Might as well do the compression, right? So engagement at 12. Let's go just drums here. Reset. Engagement at 12. Where is 12? I don't have my decibel meter. No wonder I used to. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so engagement at 12. Can I say on the other side? Tracks on right side. Weird. Okay. So it's here anyway. Boosted a bit. As well, since I switched this node, I gotta change the other ones, right? Of course, it's all weird. Looking for more here. Come down to A. Looks like that might be it. In fact, it is. Hopefully. Okay. Is it using loop points here? It is. Weird. Because these are shorter, right? It's emulating like short attacks. I almost want to replace it with drum module. I mean, I could. No, I don't want to. Keeping the flavor as it used to be. Song here. So bringing it into engagement. We are coming in at 12.5. So we want to come up about 3. Yeah. Even 1.5 would be good. But I'm going to go with 3. Let's bring in the scope here. Scope. That's huge. Let's close this. Let's do the auto hide thing here. And then just close it. Of course, FL's not going to remember because it's probably going to crash. And it's huge. Doesn't snap because it's FL21 or FL10, right? Okay, so driving time here. I don't have as many slots as I used to, so. Right. So we're at engagement points. This is an 808. Pushing through a compressor is the compressor's level. It's no gain. And let's go. There's 1. Right away, big change. There's 2. Okay, massive. There's 3. Okay, we're starting to warble. Look at that weirdness. I wonder why it's doing that. Is the compressor just tapping out or what? Let's break it. There it is, broken. Okay, so what does it sound like in the mix? It's barely audible. Like if I go on my speakers, like I'm not gonna be able to hear anything. Kinda. You can just hear like a... It's like no body there. No body. Well, there's a lot of body, but there's not any top end. That's the problem. Back to the headphones. Okay, so at what point do I lose that? What does it sound like in engagement? It's always kind of got that click, eh? The click is more extreme. All of a sudden. Okay, more. So it's just kind of holding the sustain over. How much sustain do I want is really what I'm looking for. So let's go against the bass here. So does this change as it jumps into the verse? So it's a little long. So we go short to long, right? But the bass is always kind of short. But even the kick is always really short. It's really hard to tell. Because there's really not much high end. So I'm only looking for feel, right? And I'm looking at it, really. So that's kind of the point where the release is kind of full blast. At this point, it's just boosting a bit and narrowing out. This is point of engagement. This isn't originally what it looks like, right? We pump it up a bit. And we kind of overinflate it. So as that plays, it's just like constantly full blast almost. So it's like we'll find the middle point between those two, I suppose. So here's just inflated, overinflated, middle inflated. It's still overinflated. Starting to get there. Kind of overinflates fast. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to go with that. I mean, you can always go back. Let's get rid of these extra ones. Okay, so that's done-ish. I got about 5 more minutes. I'm going to jump right to the base here. This is being compressed. How to clean this up? Let's get rid of the scope for now. Get rid of this. I'm not sure Patcher exists yet. It does, but I'm not sure the presets exist yet. Presets. So base is probably going to have to wait a little longer. Actually, no, because that's sort of after, right? I don't even have my presets here either. I mean, I can bring them through manually, so I'm going to do that right quick. In fact, I'm just going to, with this last 5 minutes, I'm going to transfer into FL20. And tomorrow is Freestyle Friday. I'm almost considering pausing Freestyle Friday. I've extended my lab time. And yeah, as much as I want to keep up with, lyricism and stuff, I just want to get these done. I feel like I've had them on my plate forever. And yeah, maybe every second Friday. This Friday, I'm just going to break. So yeah, because I don't really feel like I want to keep going with that for now. I'm in a really bad mood and I don't want it to come out in my rhymes. Okay, outputting to FL20. So I've got to bounce the tracks, and in order to do that, I need to turn off all the effects, save here, and get its levels. Everything's pretty much like there's nothing changed there. Everything's coming out level. It's almost like, why are those there? Okay, so let's get these out. I don't know why I'm trying to reset that. It doesn't do anything. This arm disk recording. Right click. Okay, so quick access. So this must be why there's no project folder for the older ones. SinithPartII. I'm just gonna have to call this Sinith2. Right? 2, right? Because part 2 isn't actually part 2. That's round. Maybe I'll just rename it now. I'll call it SinithPartII. Roman numerals. I'm not Roman. Whatever. It was the original. Then just right here is fine. Okay, so kick, yeah. And it's gonna make me do that for everyone. Quick access. I gotta add to favorites. So FLP, SinithPartII, add to favorites. It's the jump into favorites, yes. Continuing along. I'm doing this all first, pretty much WASP, right? There's not even a consolidation or even. Okay, so yeah. So 2, yeah. 2. Does this even have like 2-disc recording or whatever? Render to disk? Render on tracks? It does. Okay. So latency compensation. It's not really a thing. It's the automatic. That's not matter. An ARM, yes. Auto create, no. Render to wave. 24-bit. Leave remainder. Everything else looks okay. And go. Now I'm going to head over to 20 here. And I'm just going to load that project once it's done. In fact, I'm going to rename it to call it FL20, right? Or 2024, right? This. Open. Everything's bridged. They're coming in bridged. What do I do here? Save, yes. Save over the old one. Wait for it to load, right? Okay. Save, yes. Okay, so now we're in 20. I'm going to save this as, zip. This is 2024. There we go. Okay, so close everything. What's bridged now? Why is it bridged? It's not bridged, is it? How do I tell? I bet these are bridged or something. Yeah. Why is it bridged? Span bridged? Morph it? No. Everything else should be fine. I think it's just VPS loading its old version. So let's go ahead and load the new version. There we go. Okay, and then everything else should be fine. Except WASP doesn't run right now. So now I want to bring in, before doing that, I'm going to duplicate the arrangement and call this merged with, just a regular lowercase e. Grab everything and say tools, no edits, merge selected clips. I'm going to move that up to 1 and then split by channel. And then find the base here. Insert one. This is a MIDI out. Okay. And then drag the bass plug here. And add a new arrangement. Add one. This is called consolidated. Then head over here. Oh, I need RX first, right? So I'm pretty much out of time. I'll dump this, get them in, get it set up for tomorrow. And as I said, no Freestyle Friday. It's sort of a thing, right? Nobody ever comes through anymore. I don't look at chat during it, so I can never tell. Am I looking forward to it? Not really. I'm not in a good mood, like I said, so what am I doing? Read the folder. SinithPartII. Okay, grab these, head over here. Toss those in. Oh, I need the batch processor. Okay, and phase optimize, not fix, but optimize. Go. Whoa. Maximum another 3 more minutes. And I have to cut. Okay, done. Let's get out of here. Do I have to clear that list? I think I do, eh? Yeah, I do. Okay. Clear that list, get out of there. Invert here. Bring these in. And do some rearranging here. Let's kick. Bass. Can I? What did I just do? I don't know. Okay, all, no audio. Then can I do this? Like, how do I multi-select? It's the keyboard. So snare drum is before everything else. Rimshot is before hi-hat. Is hi-hat later? It is after rimshot. Okay, so everything looks in line now. Sending them through. I just want to jump into mixing. Oh, these are out of order here. Okay. Then let's give it a click this one. It's awfully muddy. That's what I'm here to clean up. That's it. It's 2024 zip. Phase is optimized. It does look a little funny. But that hi-hat is just tiny. Oh yeah, the hi-hat changes. So I'm gonna have to look at that. I'm gonna put it in the notes. Hi-hat. It changes. Bitch. That's it. I gotta call it there. Save. Check out my website, jwpsite.com, for my social links, latest news and updates, and public offerings. My Twitch, JWP Stream, Facebook, JWP Meta, YouTube at JWPTube. If you'd like to help support what I do, check out my Patreon, JWP Patreon. That's with 2 P's. There's exclusive content there for making your own audio plugins instant edit. My GoFundMe, JWP Fund, or my PayPal, jwpmas@gmail.com. Likes, comments, subscribes, follows, whatever makes you click are appreciated. Thanks for watching. Until next time.